morning, everyone, and welcome to your neighborhood Unitarian Universalist congregation Sunday service, and our last service being broadcast here from our building at 70, well, not our building anymore, but here at 79 Hiawatha. As you can see, our movers and volunteers have taken care of the building, and it is empty outside of myself and the piano. I have your announcements for the coming week. This Wednesday and every Wednesday, Reverend Wayne and Jillian lead meditation on Zoom from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. All are welcome. October 2nd is our talent night from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Talent night is an open mic for all ages and all talents to perform. That's hosted by MC Allison. Next Sunday, a week today, after service is our AGM, our annual general meeting. Help guide our congregation through this challenging time. And coming up is on November 21st is our online fundraiser, and I'm going to invite John Whitehead to share about our fundraiser.
Hello, everyone. This year, for the very first time, we're doing a virtual fundraiser, which actually begins 2 weeks before on Saturday, November the 7th. And you've got 2 weeks to bid on the various items. And we're looking for everyone to donate items with a value of at least $50 or so. And one of the items that we auction off every year is my family cottage in the Kawartha Highlands. It's a great place for canoeing, for swimming, and just chilling, very spiritual. Many of you have been there. And we hope that everyone bids on it. And you've got 2 weeks this year to do so. So let the bidding begin. Thank you.
Thanks, John. A couple more announcements. C, our Social and Environmental Action Committee co-chair is needed. Spend about an hour a week helping Nancy to coordinate the C Action Group. Help save the planet. If not now, when? If not you, who? Also now, we need help with our Zooming for our services. Right now, we have 2 volunteers. Thank you to Kathy and to Charles, who are managing Zoom for us. But if you can help by cutting and pasting lyrics into the chat on Sunday mornings, once a month, please contact Kathy and let her know. Just so you know, all of the Zoom info is sent out in our Monday mailing. And if you are not on our mailing list, please contact office@nuuc.ca to be sent out the information. We have canceled the event at Carrot Common on the 11th and the tour of our space. Hopefully we'll be able to add another tour and event soon. We're working with our new roommates to have a joint service in October. Explore our monthly theme in song. This is the last Sunday of September, celebrating the theme of saying goodbye. And the Neighborhood Spirit Choir will host a song circle on saying goodbye on Monday, October 5th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. via Zoom. Come with a song to share and or just to sing along with the gang. All are welcome. The next song circle will be held the last Monday of October, looking at our October theme of In Between. The Sunday Child Caregiver Program. Please join Deb and Zach immediately after service today for this fun connection time. This will be Deb's last day in the role. You'll be sent to a breakout room. Once you're in that room, please leave it to join the program. It would be chalice lighting, pause, listen and breathe, sads and glads, brain gym, show and share, a special goodbye song, and hands in goodbye. We have moved. All our things are right next to the stained glass windows in the back of their worship space. Thank you to all volunteers who helped. And next Sunday, I'm not sure what the theme is, our message of inspiration will be given by Aza Isa and music provided by Floyd Harriet.
Good morning, and welcome to our Neighborhood Unitarian Universalist congregation on Zoom. We stay physically apart, but spiritually together in these hard times. My name is Kurt Thomsen, and I will be your virtual service leader from home. Susanne Maziarz, our music director for the last time, is in our sanctuary providing our music. Wayne Walder will be providing our message, and our facilitators of the Child and Care Youth Program are Zach Getchell and Deb Bertizon, and Zach Getchell will be providing the story for all ages from home. Also, Gordon Thorne will be helping with the chalice lighting and joys and concerns from his home. And Kathy Campbell and Charles Watton are doing the web hosting duties. Thanks to everyone for their cooperation and support. Sacred space and cyberspace are strange bedfellows. In order to help with this, please follow some Zoom etiquette. Unless called upon, please keep yourself muted. Also, keep your chat window open for songs and messages. And please refrain from sending chat messages to everyone during the service. Also, keep any apps off unless you absolutely need them, and your device on Do Not Disturb. Now, we come to our chalice lighting. So if you have a candle, please light it or form your hands into the form of a chalice for our chalice lighting. I ask Gordon to please light our chalice, and then we can start our music. Thank you.
We light this chalice to remember, to light shine fire within our own hearts.
And now, let's go to our prelude. Susanne, would you care to please introduce our prelude?
I would care to, thank you, Kurt. Unfortunately, my music partner this morning, Patty Douglas, has fallen ill and not able to join me here in the sanctuary. We were going to share with you the song We Shall Be Known, which the choir has been learning in the back parking lot here this month. So instead of singing just the melody for you, I thought I'd share the video that inspired me to want to arrange the song for the choir in the first place. I heard it at Ben Robbins' ordination back in, I think that was May. It's a song by NUUC, a female vocal duo, and the video you're about to watch is by Thrive Choir, a social justice choir based in San Francisco, California. It's a song of coming together in community and hope for a better future. Enjoy.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds to change a life from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive in to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now, it is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. Yay.
Good morning. Today, almost all of us are participating in this service from home. And my apologies for not muting myself during the candle lighting. And again, this is our last service at our former home at 79 Hiawatha. We are now moving into our new space at Eastminster, sharing our space with Eastminster United and the Danforth Jewish Circle. We are doing this move willingly. Unfortunately, there are peoples that have not been moved willingly, that have moved out of their homes, forced out of their homes onto small plots of land that do not provide them the necessities of life, like the Wendat, the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, the Mississaugas, and the Ojibwe Chippewa nations, who are still thriving and who may yet still teach us very valuable lessons. If you are here for the first time, a very special welcome. Please stay around for our breakout rooms at the end, where you may learn about us and our faith. Today's theme, our monthly theme, is saying goodbye. And today, we are now heading into the sacred Jewish time of Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year. And Wayne will be discussing saying goodbye in accordance with the Rosh Hashanah. And now we have our scripture reading from Rabbi Rosen. As with grief, we have to accept the fact that the world we once knew may never come back. Something may come in its place, but it will never be the same. It is what I realize that our time of Rosh Hashanah, we can answer these questions and come to a new idea. For when we speak our prayers of a happy and new sacred new year, we're not asking for the world to be the way it was. We are centering on the new. Over and over again, we say our litany to recreate and make the world reborn. Here at Neighborhood, we have our mission of empowering spiritual growth and shared action for the care of our world. At this time, we would usually greet our neighbors around us. So please take a moment to unmute yourselves and say hi to everyone around you on your screen.
Morning, everybody. Hello, Kurt.
morning.
Hi,
Susan.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good to see you.
Good
Like
morning,
your hat,
Susan.
Rebecca. Oh, what are the hat things? Susan and
Deb,
Gina.
Dina.
Dave also.
Here's everyone.
Lauren, hi, Suzanne.
What's that?
Hi, John. Hi.
David.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi,
Laura
hello
Rose.
everyone.
Carla.
Vernon
Lisa.
Hi, Susan.
Dolly, I
Hi,
like your
Jesse.
new wig. Very nice. Your hairdo is great.
Thank you. Joe. Joe. Molly.
Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Rebecca. Cameron.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Cameron.
Be quiet. Oh.
You know, as we're in our last service here at Neighborhood, I remember the very first time I walked up the stairs about 10 years ago, roughly late July, early August. And there was Wayne ready to greet me right at the top of the stairs. And, you know, the last couple of weeks, we've been saying goodbye to our congregation, just seeing the shell of the building. And I keep on thinking about the crustacean animals who leave their old shell and go to a new shell, which in a metaphoric way is one thing that we're doing. So if you would, please read with me our opening words, which would be projected on our screens. And if you're on a phone, please listen along with me, and memory will fill in the rest. Let us cast a circle of a sacred space here. Let us cast a circle of a cherished space here. A space of safety, a place of forgiveness, a place of love. If we want the world to change, we must craft in our space and in ourselves the seeds that grow a different kind of life. A life of graciousness, of creative intelligence, a place of life and spirit for ourselves and our families. And now, as we hold our space open to grace and insight, I would ask Susanne to please help us move into our first song. Thank you.
Thanks. For our first song this morning, we're going to sing in Hebrew to celebrate Rosh Hashanah. And I'm going to call on Dina Wake to share with us the pronunciation of this scripture from Lamentations, as well as a little background. Can we pass over to Dina?
So this is Hashivenu is a prayer that's actually said every time that the Torah is put back into the ark at the end of services, and it speaks to the fact that we should be. It is lamentation. It comes from the book of Lamentations, and it cries to the Lord to bring us back to her, bring us back to ourselves, bring us back to the times when we, in our ancient glory, were glorious. And I just find that interesting right now because I don't want to look back. I want to look forward. And so I invite you to send this out as a prayer and a wish to come back and reawaken to our best selves, to come back to ourselves, to not be distracted, but come back to our very core and our authenticity within us. So the words are in Hebrew, and they're pronounced this way. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai elecha v'nashuva, v'nashuva, Chadesh, Chadesh yameinu kekedem. Turn us back, O Lord, to you, and we will return, and we will renew our days as before.
To teach the song, I'm going to get Allison's help now. Allison, if you could unmute. I'll sing a phrase, and then you repeat it back along with Allison. Sounds like this. Hashivenu, Hashivenu,
Hashivenu, Hashivenu.
Adonai Eleha.
Adonai Elecha.
Venashuva.
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 Hadish, Hadish,
Hadish, Hadish.
Yamenu Keketem.
Yamenu Keke.
Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha. Venashuva, Venashuva. Harish, Harish, Yamenu Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha. Harish, Harish, Yamenu Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha.
It is at this time of our service, we come to the point of the story for all ages. For about a year now, Zach Getchell and Deb Bertizon have been our facilitators of the Child and Caregiver program. Now, Deb Bertizon was only going to be doing this for a temporary time. And now today is her last day of doing this. And I'm sure all of you would love to send her our most profound thanks for all the work she's done to reform this program. And we wish her the best in all of her future missions. Now, if you all would, the young at heart and in body, please come forward. And Zach Getchell would be most happy to give you a story.
Thanks for that, Kurt. And yeah, I would like to also add thanks to Deb as well for all the work that you've done. Good morning, everyone. Today is the last Sunday that we're doing from our old building on Hiawatha. And we've made a lot of really great memories there. And we'll make a lot more really great memories at our new building on Danforth too. And with that in mind, I have a message for my younger friends, one that doesn't come from me. It comes from someone else, someone who grew up here at Neighborhood. He's going to talk to you a little bit about the past and a little bit about the future.
Hi, my name is Reese Rogers, and I have a message for the future youth group. First of all, it was a pleasure, an absolute joy to become a member of this congregation. It was a very special place for me, I think. Growing up, it was something to do, somewhere to go, and I don't think I really understood the value of what this place had to offer until I kept continuously going and growing through all the experiences they provided me. When I was much smaller than I was today, I went to the younger kids program that was held during the actual service. And there I learned cultures from other people's point of views and perspectives. I learned tons of different art styles. I learned things that I never would have learned at school. Things like life skills and issues about the world. But things I could understand at that age. Things I was grasping and things that I was actually interested in as well. And as I grew up, the youth group became more available to, mid-teenagers, if that's what they're called. This program consisted of more, a little bit more mature themes and more important discussions that still intrigued me and captured me. And I was very, very willing to go to a good amount of them. And again, if it wasn't for this group, I don't think I would have learned the things that I know today. And when I say things, I mean like the bigger picture of things. Like how everything in the world works, When they did talk about the bad things and the harsh things, they always reminded us that we can make a difference and that we shouldn't be, too afraid of what's to come, but also remind us that, this is how the world works. And I think that in itself is a very valuable lesson. You can always discover the world with the people you meet at school or anywhere else. But I think when you have a youth group, you have a collection of people, a collection of teenagers specifically, who want to all learn and understand the same things. And I also think, for me at least, that when you're in a group like this, where everyone wants to know and learn and do the same things, kind of, then you feel wanted. You feel included. And again, that's something that a lot of us teenagers would like. To the youth group of the future, please enjoy your time here, because it is a great experience, and it was one that has impacted my life. And again, thank you to every congregation member for making this a great place. I myself have definitely been impacted by this place, and I really hope that future generations can also take away what I've taken away here. So, thank you.
This is a special time in our service when we invite you to come forward and light a candle for joy or concern. I'm just going to spotlight myself here. For joy or concern in your life. With our chalice and candles in boxes mid-move, today we ask you to light your own candle. You can do it actually. I have my own candle here. You can do it electronically. Some of you have lights on phones and screens, or you can just do it metaphorically. So raise a virtual hand when you want to light a virtual candle for joy or concern. If you're here on a phone without a screen, you can raise your hand by pressing *9. To speak, you have to unmute yourself. Once you've spoken, please remute yourself. This is a cherished time in our community that brings us closer together in times that are separating us. The last Sunday of every month, the Social and Environmental Action Committee here at Neighborhood lights a candle for an individual that contributed to making the world a better place through their activism. So today I light a candle for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, for all her efforts to make the world a more equal place. In the words of Rosalie Albella, she is the reminder that democracy depends not on the will of the people, but on their humanity. The second to last candle I light in gratitude of all the volunteer efforts, seen and unseen, especially in the last week, that help our community hold together. And finally, we light this candle for the joys and concerns left unspoken in our hearts. So now is the time for meditation and prayer. Simply allow yourself to be present and do what is comfortable for you. Some people close their eyes, some do not. Just settle into a comfortable place, and we'll play a beautiful video that Peter Marmarick has prepared.
Hello, everyone. I'm sending this from home, and this is the little room that I make the meditations in on every morning. Just thought you might be interested to know where I was. There are beginnings all around us. We all know that. There is always new work to do, ideas to have, and new ways to see the world. There are beginnings we can't even imagine inside of us, within us. And beginnings are part of any cycle. There's a tree on Hiawatha I love and look forward to each autumn. It turns red at this time of year, bright red. It's the beginning of fall. And even while the beautiful red leaves fall off, it's growing new buds for the spring. New beginnings are sometimes hidden from view, but are laid in store for times ahead. I see our new building as that, a hidden bud laid in store for our future. Beginnings are inside of us even now. They are inside you and me. We might not have a revolutionary idea, yet we often hear our inner voice in dreams when we go on retreats or when we sit quietly and gaze at a sunset. I have mentioned many times that we come to sacred places like here at Hiawatha, or hopefully like on Danforth Avenue, to be encouraged, to listen for our inner voice and to help us hear what we need to hear. And even while we are experiencing new beginnings, there are endings within us, endings of the work we do, endings of our physical control, endings of our health, endings of our happiness, endings of being together as we isolate ourselves to combat this deadly virus. These endings can feel morbid, yet they are part of the cycle of our lives. They take time as everything else does, and they are part of the cycles of all life on this planet. Endings are much more difficult for us to hear and experience than beginnings, or at least I think so. I imagine everyone listening likes to think more about new beginnings than of endings. Great experiences, journeys to wonderful places, deep insights, new friendships, new things. We all like to think about these things. But we're not as interested in hearing our inner voice tell us about the endings within us. The loss of happiness, conflict, the death of a loved one, and finally the time when everything we know and possess will end. You never told me that grief felt so like fear, writes C.S. Lewis. Our culture doesn't help. It supports the belief that all limitations are bad and that trying harder will help us overcome them every time. Grief is too hard to handle. Conflict with another should be not denied or run away from, and death should be overlooked or hidden. Yet when we overlook or hide from the more difficult times in our lives, even COVID, it causes us great anxiety. I think it does that because, like a bump in the night, we fear the things we don't know. It can cause us to harden our heart, preparing for what we fear. I believe our deepest anxiety, our deepest fear, deepest unknowing is about endings. When we hide from our endings by feeling fear instead of grief, anger instead of letting go, even running away instead of a grounded presence, these substitutions stop us from hearing the voice within. And it is the voice within that, ironically, can help us navigate our deep loss. Not being aware of our loss stops us from hearing the deep wisdom of our hearts and the hearts of our ancestors that can help us carry through. To weep is to make less the depth of grief, says Shakespeare. Fear and insight lightly come from the same place. That's why shedding tears usually makes us feel better. When we honestly and consciously encounter our endings, there's often a depth of life available to us to help us handle them. I remember just before my friend Tajali died, we were standing in the hallway just outside her apartment. She said she would see me out, but I believe she was struggling to deal with her family's grief. At some point, she was in so much pain that she sat down on the floor in the hallway out of exhaustion. She was in terrible shape and dying from pancreatic cancer. She had 2 children, one 5 and one 9 months old. There was nothing but grief in that hallway, and frankly, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to run away from the pain I saw her feeling. I wanted to run away from the grief she was feeling, knowing that she was leaving her children, and the sadness her young children felt that Mommy would not hold them. I didn't know how long I could be in the hallway with her, especially as the children surrounding her, emasculated body, wanted her to be Mommy again. They wanted to touch her and have her hold them, and the pain was so great that Tajali turned away from them. I wanted to run away. Something, I don't know what, made me sit on the floor next to her and look into her eyes. She held my gaze, and together we held each other in the fear and in the pain and in the sadness. I believe I came as close to feeling her pain and her sadness and her fear as a human being could come. And then she smiled, and I smiled. We held each other for several minutes in a kind of bliss that allowed us to breathe again and to let our shoulders rest and let the pain and the fear and the confusion disappear for a while. She died later that month. I believe this is why attending meditation or the meditative evenings offered by Fred and Phyllis and Susanne, or even a silent retreat, is so helpful. These contemplative moments give us time to stop armoring ourselves and to experience what is with a new perspective. They help us to stay with the fear and the grief and even the joy as well, to experience the moment, whatever it brings, and not run away. These practices help us hear the wisdom in loss, designed to help us handle it. And they also help us to focus on the things that are positive, the things positive in our lives, and to experience them more fully. This is enlightenment. It's not about some God giving us rose-colored glasses. It's about our willingness to live in the moment, our singular and communal moment. And this allows us to see the endings in our lives amid the beauty and wonder of our lives. We can better understand that even in the endings are incredible beginnings. And on the side, the better angels of our nature. Enlightenment helps us hold both grief and quiet and joy at the same time. Rosh Hashanah, the new year, reminds us that new beginnings are inside of us, like trees holding buds. Our buds of the new are right beside the leaves that are falling away from us. It's the new year. It's the new year. Children are going to school. Trees are glowing in the light, and well, we're just human, fallible, and with a little grace, we can take care of each other and handle the new year, complete with its losses and its joyous beginnings. I bid you Happy New Year, and I thank you for listening.
Thank you, Wayne. At this time, we would usually ask you to put a donation in our baskets, but since we are unable to do that, we thank those who are able to make a contribution. And for those of you that have made a pledge, please consider checks or e-transfers or the PayPal function on our website. All contributions to our congregation are welcome. Now, for the very last time from our home on Hiawatha, I ask Susanne to lead us in our closing songs.
Okay, everyone, I invite you to rise if you're able and willing to sing the last song with me. Just going to tilt my camera up a bit. This is Keep On Moving Forwards by Emma's Revolution. Hey, say. Gonna keep on moving forwards. Keep on moving forwards. Keep on moving forwards. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on growing spirit. Gonna keep on growing spirit. Gonna keep on growing spirit. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on sharing action. Gonna keep on sharing action. Gonna keep on sharing action. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna speak truth to power. Speak truth to power. Gonna speak truth to power. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna heal this world together. Gonna heal this world together. Gonna heal this world together. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on moving forward. Gonna keep on moving forward. Gonna keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Never turning back. Never turning back. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Susanne, for that very lively moving forward. And as we move forward, before we close and before we extinguish our chalice, I would just like everyone to lift their voices in spirit or in actual volume and sing a final thank you to what Hiawatha has given us over all these 20 years that we have been there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Miigwech.
Thank you.
Ani.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hiawatha.
Thank you.
Merci. Shukran.
Right here, Jessica.
Go.
This one.
Asante sana.
Arigato.
Dankeschön.
Because her kid.
Farewell.
Good. Farewell.
Merci beaucoup.
Two little boys.
Never turning back.
And now, thanks again to Hiawatha. And now I would ask Gordon to please extinguish our chalice as we sing our chalice darkening piece.
Although our chalice has been darkened, we hold the fire within our own hearts.
And as we say goodbye to our old home and hello to our new home, I offer this blessing. Let us be like the phoenix, rising from the ashes and flying into the new. Our service is ended. Go in peace. La Marie. When you go in, if you do not wish to join our breakout rooms or the child caregiving program, please hang up your phone or turn off your Zoom application. All those who remain will be moved into a breakout room. I ask you to think of the following question. How can we turn a parting into a new beginning? Breakout rooms will begin shortly. Thank you.